So this is it then, the big event, direct from London's Grosvenor House Hotel, the What Car Car of the Year Awards 2002. An annual event that attracts the great and the good of the motor industry from all over the place, and in many ways could be said to be more important than the European Car of the Year Awards. Put it this way, that was a French car, there were a lot of French judges on that panel. Draw your own conclusion. No French judges here, they're all British, and in many ways their conclusions are directly useful for helping us decide the cars we're going to buy next. Very important. So just time then for a quick drink, or two, a chinwag, and then it's time for the first of the awards.
We start off at the value end of the market. Armed with a maximum £7,000, we're looking for Britain's best budget car. The Ford car is proof positive that a low price doesn't have to mean low standards. It's already claimed awards 5 times. Can it now make that 6? The first to try to halt it is the Seat Roadster. It's stylish, fun to drive, cheap to own and solidly built, and one of the lowest depreciators in class. But for a different approach, what about the Vauxhall Agila? It gains maximum space from minimum dimensions by adopting the lofty style of low-cost Japanese runabouts. 3 worthy contenders, but 1 clear winner.
And this little car has now won an incredible 6. Our budget car of the year is, once again, the Ford car.
The winner of our budget car category for the 6th year running is the Ford Ka. It's won again because it still looks great, both inside and out, and it's great to drive. The 1.3 litre engine provides plenty of power, and it's settled on the motorway thanks to a taut ride, which also is comfortable enough around town. It's easy to park thanks to the small overhangs and the power steering, and although the equipment levels aren't great, for an extra £600 you can get a pack that adds passenger airbag, side airbags and anti-lock brakes.
Next up, it's the Supermini class, where the leading contenders aren't so mini anymore. And we start with the all-new Ford Fiesta, which preserves the fun-to-drive character of the old model, but now offers the passengers space and practicality previously missing. Standing in its way is the current award holder, the Skoda Fabia. Roomy, easy to drive, beautifully built and affordable to own, it amounts to a formidable package. But now there's a challenger from within, the classy new Volkswagen Polo, which takes the Skoda's basic platform and puts a different slant on things. Can it depose the Fabia?
So what car's Supermini of the year is? Still the Skoda Fabia.
These days, Superminis need to do the seemingly impossible. They must be affordable to buy, cheap to run and provide enough space for a growing family. On top of this, they need to be enjoyable to drive. No car fills this brief better than the Fabia. Twice a class winner, but this time around had to face the toughest competition of its life against heavyweights that include the new Ford Fiesta, Volkswagen Polo and Honda's novel new Jazz. However, once again the Fabia's combination of superb space and practicality, excellent driving dynamics and aggressive pricing proved too much for them all.
Here's another class where the best are getting bigger, the award for Small Hatchback of the Year. To see how roomy these cars can be, look no further than our current champion, the Honda Civic. But on the road it shrinks around you to deliver a great drive. The best value of all in this class comes from the 1.4 litre Seat Leon. It's stylish, safe, solid and well spec'd, and it still gives you change out of £10,000. Finally, there's the new Toyota Corolla, overturning the dowdy image of its predecessors. It looks good, has plenty of room for all the family and is a delight to drive.
Wait for it. Listen for it. The Toyota Corolla!
The all-new Toyota Corolla picks up this year's Best Small Hatch award, but if there was a Most Improved award as well, it would surely get that. The old car was bland, uninteresting, unexciting to drive. You really wouldn't have wanted one. The new car's a whole different ballgame though. Superbly built, brilliant to drive, extremely refined, spacious, it's even good looking. It beats the likes of the Volkswagen Golf, Ford Focus and Honda Civic into a cocked hat.
Time to turn up the excitement now with the first of 3 performance categories. Best Hot Hatchback. Any Honda wearing a Type R badge means business. Now the 3-door Civic has been given the treatment with a 200 horsepower engine and a chassis that can put it to good use. Next, a car that brings nostalgia bang up to date. The Mini Cooper captures the spirit and fun of the 60s icon, but is safer and more refined. Their task is to overthrow the Vauxhall Astra SRI, last year's winner. This thoroughly 21st century hot hatch blends great performance and handling in a car with everyday usability.
Our best hot hatch for 2002 is the Honda Civic Type R.
Top of the list for a hot hatch is driving enjoyment, so a strong sweet engine and a well-balanced compliant chassis are prerequisites. The Civic Type R certainly isn't found wanting in either department. It's got fantastic handling, it's powered by a Storm 2-litre VTEC engine which screams out 197 brake horse at a stratospheric 7,400 RPM. It lays down its power via a close ratio 6-speed gearbox, and it will hit 60 mph in less than 7 seconds and stomp onto 145 mph top end.
Next, we interrupt the quest for performance for a minute to focus on style. It's the Best Coupe award. Few coupes have stood the test of time, as well as the Bauhaus-inspired Audi TT, a natural successor to the original Quattro. This year, it's bidding for a 4th award. Peugeot caught everyone on the hop this year by slipping a diesel into the gorgeous 406 Coupe. Still, when that engine is the superbly refined and strong 2.2 HDI, why not? An all-new offering next, the latest Hyundai Coupe. It's more stylish than its predecessor and packs a V6 engine at the top of the range, but still offers fantastic value.
And it's done it again. What car's best coupe of 2002 is the Audi TT.
The Audi TT has won our Coupe of the Year for the 4th year running due to its stunning concept car looks and its exhilarating drive. The TT is a fantastic 4-wheel drive chassis, 225 brake horsepower and a slick 6-speed gearbox. It's also an excellent buyer's proposition. Due to its huge popularity, the waiting lists are long but prices are still high, and wherever you see it on the high street, it still has the ability to turn heads.
Things get even more tasty as we move on to performance cars, those innocent-looking but oh so potent saloons. Understated looks and fabulous performance are never better combined than in the BMW M3. It costs less than £40,000 but can shatter the egos of some supercars. The Honda Accord Type R keeps its talents well hidden until you're ready to unleash them too. Make no mistake though, this superbly sorted saloon is a real driver's delight. The third contender, the Subaru Impreza Turbo, has achieved cult status in less than a decade. Rally triumphs have helped, but the brilliance of the 4-wheel drive chassis is the masterstroke.
What car's best performance car is, once again, the BMW M3.
The BMW M3 is our performance category winner, and it is dominated by its 3.2-litre 343 brake horsepower engine. When revved hard, it screams like a banshee. It's got a super slick 6-speed gearbox, and it's got handling to rival the very best, so it can chase down supercars at twice the price. It's also a fantastic buy at less than £40,000. Huge demand and limited numbers will always mean that you'll get your money back come resale time.
Now we come to cars for the chosen few, but we can all dream. It's the best supercar. When it comes to supercars, Ferrari is one of the first names that springs to mind. The 360 has everything you expect of a Ferrari, plus a modern-day grip on reality. The last Mercedes SL was a comfortable cruiser rather than a car to set the pulses racing. But the high-tech newcomer manages both roles with equal aplomb. And isn't it absolutely gorgeous? All they have to do is overthrow the Porsche 911 Turbo, a car that What Car labelled the finest everyday supercar ever. Shattering performance goes hand in hand with real-world usability.
The Porsche 911 Turbo.
Supercar, well, this is the stuff of dreams, isn't it? There are some fantastic names in there, Porsche, Ferrari, Aston Martin. But for us, the car we've gone for is the Porsche 911 Turbo again. Absolutely shattering performance if you get the chance to use it, but very easy to use in real-world conditions as well, and not ludicrously expensive or difficult to look after. You can even commute into town in it every day if you have to. The one thing we would say is that if you can't afford a 911 Turbo, any 911 will do. All the others have been upgraded this year and there have been new additions, so if you can't afford the Turbo, you're not doing too badly if you have to have one of the others.
Now, the first of 2 awards for those who like to do their driving al fresco. It's time to find the best convertible. Convertibles often introduce compromises in chassis rigidity, but that's not the case with the BMW 3 Series. The solid 318i soft top is now even better to drive after its midlife update this year. Mercedes may have given the world the folding metal roof, but the Peugeot 206cc made it affordable. The French 2+2 combines the best of a Coupe A and a Convertible. These two established cars face a new threat this time from the latest Vauxhall Astra convertible. It's as shape-proof and convenient as the BMW, but for a lot less money.
All three of those cars have bags of image and style, but what car's best convertible for 2002 is the Vauxhall Astra.
Our winner in the convertible category this year is the Vauxhall Astra 1.8 convertible. Now in this category we've been looking for a car that combines a real dose of style with a healthy amount of practicality. Obviously the style comes first with this kind of car, but it's great with the Astra. Not only do you get something that looks great, it's styled by the Tony of Italy, but you can take 4 passengers along for the ride. You've got enough boot space to make it a practical everyday choice, and it's great to drive too. It's really good fun on a twisty road, and aside from a little bit of scuttle shake on the bumpiest roads, really there's very little to complain about.
We move on to a more driver-focused form of open-air motoring now, the award for Best Roadster. Any car that's remained popular for as long as the Mazda MX-5 can't be lightly discounted. Combining 60s driving purity with 21st century demands, it's the ultimate affordable two-seater soft top. But for prestige, nothing beats the Porsche Boxster. Its growling engine, brilliant chassis and rock-solid build will thrill the driver in you. Its good residuals will keep your bank manager happy too. The final contender is on the minimalist side. The Vauxhall VX220 is a pared-down mid-engine lightweight car that provides only what's essential for undiluted driver satisfaction.
3 different approaches and 3 great cars. But only one can be named Best Roadster, and that car is the Vauxhall VX220.
The VX220's appeal shows no signs of wearing thin, but this is hardly a surprise as it has its origins in the fantastic Lotus Elise. But to overplay the link between the two companies would be doing Vauxhall a disservice. Lotus might have donated the all-aluminium two-seater tub, which forms the core of the VX, and it even builds the car on Vauxhall's behalf, but that's where the interchangeability stops. The Vauxhall is more power and is easier to drive. Its 145 brake horsepower 2.2 litre engine delivers great performance, especially throughout the mid-range, and there's a well-chosen set of gear ratios. The driver's airbag and anti-lock brakes come as standard as well. Getting in and out of the VX might be a bit of a hardship when the roof is in place, and the engine noise might reverberate around the cabin, but these are all part of the thrill of driving the VX220.
There are still plenty more categories to go, plus we will be unveiling on that stage in there the What Car Car of the Year 2002. Join us for more after the break. Hello and welcome back to the Grosvenor House Hotel in London for the 2002 What Car Car of the Year Awards. Plenty of the category winners have been announced, but the big one is yet to be announced, the overall 2002 winner. So there is plenty to play for. It's eyes down for the next category.
It's time to expand our horizons and look at cars that aren't restricted to tarmac. The best 4x4. We begin with the reigning champion, the BMW X5, but this time they've traded in last year's petrol version for the new 3-litre turbo diesel. It's more frugal and even better to drive. Nissan's previous leisure off-roaders have been disappointing, but the new X-Trail hits the spot with its blend of on-road comfort, off-road capability and spacious and practical interior. The daddy of them all is back. The vast new Range Rover is as luxurious as ever, refined and comfortable on tarmac, and simply magnificent when crossing the country estate.
Our best 4x4 is the BMW X5 3-litre diesel.
12 months ago, the 3-litre petrol X5 won our 4x4 of the year, but for 2002, its stablemate, the 3-litre diesel, romps away with this award. BMW's exceptional 6-cylinder diesel engine offers exceptional performance, even from low revs, which makes it perfect for towing and travelling heavily laden. Superb refinement, combined with superior fuel economy, make this our choice.
We move on to one of the most aspirational classes of all, the award for Best Compact Executive Car. Reigning champion first, the Audi A4, but this year, with far-reaching company car tax changes imminent, they've gone for the cracking new 130 horsepower turbo diesel version. In sales terms, nothing in class matches the BMW 318i, a car made all the better in the past year by a sparkling new engine and revisions to an already great chassis. The third nomination is a new kid on the block, the Jaguar X-Type, which brings to this class typical Jaguar grace, a fine four-wheel drive platform and a smooth V6 power unit.
Another one, hard one to call there, especially as the taxman cometh. But our best compact executive car of 2002 is the Audi A4 130 TDI.
This year we switched from the Audi A4 2-litre petrol engine to the A4 with the 130 brake horsepower turbo diesel. The reason for this is impending company car tax changes. The diesel engine is better on CO2 emissions, which means that it's cheaper for company car tax. That's an important consideration when the vast majority of A4s are driven by company drivers. But private buyers also get a cracking deal. It's a great car to drive, it's refined, it's well built, and it's cheap to run.
Now we move up a notch in the company car pecking order with the award for Best Executive Car. We start with another Audi diesel, but this time it's a V6 mated to a CVT gearbox. Together they give you the convenience of an automatic with the economy of a diesel. The barrier confronting any car with ambitions of winning this class is the BMW 5 Series. It's held this award ever since it first appeared, with the tax-friendly 520i the favoured model. The top trio is completed by the stylish, well-equipped and solidly made Volvo S80. This year it's got a new 5-cylinder diesel, the first ever produced by Volvo, and it's a belter.
Of course, it's made this award its own. The best executive car is still the BMW 5 Series.
If ever a car deserves to win a Lifetime Achievement Award, it must be the BMW 5 Series. 7 times on the trot now it's won the award for Best Executive Car, which means that it's going to go to its grave still holding the title. Really, there's still nothing to touch it. No other executive saloon drives so well, has the same image, holds its value so well. It's really peerless at everything it does.
Now we find the top people's top saloon. It's the best luxury car. New luxury saloons don't come along that often, but this year we've seen an all-new BMW 7 Series featuring silky V8 power and one of the most technically advanced control systems ever. There's no shortage of technology with the V8 engine Lexus LS430 either, but the most striking feature about the Japanese plutocrat is the awesome refinement built into even the most minor control. No luxury lineup would be complete without the gorgeous Mercedes S-Class. The range is as great to drive as it is to ride in and includes the UK's only diesel luxury car.
Well, the winner is not only the best luxury car, it'll also save an absolute fortune in tax. What car's best luxury car for 2002 is the Mercedes S320 CDI.
The one constant in the luxury car class for us in recent years has been that the Mercedes S-Class is the best car you can buy. This then brings you down to the problem of which S-Class. In previous years we've gone for the 3.2 litre V6 and then after a price cut the 4.3 litre V8. But with the advent of some major changes to the way company car taxation is imposed upon business users, this time we've gone for the S320 CDI turbo diesel. The great thing about it is that you can operate it with less impact on your taxation and you lose none of the normal S-Class values. So for us it's the S320 CDI.
And now it's time to look at the contenders for the safety category. First to catch the eye of the judges was the Honda Civic, a car designed from the outset with pedestrian safety as much in mind as the protection of passengers. Next, a company rather than a product. Kia's Walking Bus initiative aims to reduce the number of cars doing the school run, thus reducing congestion and pollution without compromising child safety. The final nomination goes to Renault. The Laguna, the first car to get a maximum 5 stars in Euro NCAP crash tests, is indicative of the safety Renault builds into every model.
Well, they're all deserving cases, but for proving that safety goes beyond the car itself, the What Car Safety Award for 2002 goes to Renault.
There's no one single reason why Renault has won the safety award for the second consecutive year. Of course, the headlines will be stolen by the Laguna, the first and still the only car yet to receive a 5-star rating from the Euro NCAP crash tests. But no matter where you look across Renault's range, right from the Clio Supermini, right through the Megane, a 7-year-old design, remember, all the way up to the Espace, these are class-leading cars. But of course, Renault has remembered that it's not just the cars that are important when it comes to safety. And this year they've started their Safety Matters campaign. They've gone into schools, targeting the very people who are the most vulnerable on our streets, the 7 to 11-year-olds. And that's a real lesson to other manufacturers.
So now we know all the individual category winners. But what is the overall car of the year?
And the What Car of the Year for 2002 is the Toyota Corolla. Well, it might not sound like a British name, but it is actually a British car because it's built up in Derbyshire and built very well. It's one of the things that impressed us most about the car. It's actually got VW standards of build. It's fantastic. But what has impressed us most of all, it's almost as though Toyota have missed out a couple of generations of cars. It's gone from zero to top of the class. It's an incredible car, and to do that sort of thing is testimony to the engineers and the designers. It's a well thought out car, it's got plenty of space, it's very, very good to drive as well. It takes the best of both worlds. It's a fantastic car from behind the wheel, and it's got all the practicality you need for a family. And being a Toyota, it's going to go on and on and on and be endlessly reliable. A very deserved What Car of the Year for 2002.
So there it is, the What Car of the Year 2002, the Toyota Corolla. Resplendent here in a rather unique paint job. You won't be able to buy this necessarily with Union Jacks all over it, but that is indicative of the fact that it is made in Great Britain. In Derby, in fact. So it's good news not just for Toyota, but for Britain as well. Congratulations to them, and I hope you'll join us next week on Motor Week when we're talking luxury cars.